Welcome to the first part of the universe mode tracker template. I'm going to be explaining how you can customize this a bit so that you can make this expandable and add your own roster members, champions, show history, and add some pages here at the bottom. This will be a multi-part video, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to focus on a roster member. The link to this tracker will be in the description. And anyone who has any questions or anything that's not answered in this video, post them below and we'll get to them and probably do a supplemental video if we get enough questions. Okay, so you want to know, first of all, how do you add a new member of your roster if you want to add somebody from your universe mode and have this working properly. So these are all linked to the pages that are down here at the bottom. So whenever you make a new page, or if you want to customize your home page to whatever once you get the hang of it, you want to add some other things to this, you can. What you would do is make a page, take note of the page, and then you would right click on any cell you want and hit insert link. This is edit link. I'll put it over here so you can see. It'll say insert link. You click it, and then you could go to sheets and name their ages, and you can click on any of these and it'll become a link. The text will become a link. So that's how you would add anything to the home page and link the page below. Okay, so roster. We want to add somebody here, right? So let's say we want to add Roddy Piper, just for an example. So we're going to add Roddy Piper. You type in Roddy Piper as you would normally up here, okay? And then you could format this to whatever you want. I usually try to keep everything the same, so we'll just make sure it's bolded at 11, and the default for now is the Arial font. So we added Roddy Piper here. Now, what you want to do is you want to copy all of these things downwards for Roddy Piper. You can pre-fill the list if you want. I probably should do that now, so that you guys already have it filled, but anything that you have up here that has a formula in it, once you copy and paste it, it automatically changes the formula, so you don't ever have to worry about it again, and all of that will be properly formatted with the proper cells. So you want to copy everything and paste it all down so that all the stats will show up properly. Now, there is one thing that I have to show you here that is hidden. You don't copy this stuff because this is where you will actually input manually your numbers after your universe mode. There is one thing here that is hidden, and that is, let me just do this. You'll see these little arrows up here. These are hidden fields. Those show up on a roster page here. So you got your singles and your tag team win, loss, and draw records. We don't need to see those. Well, you can see them if you want, but I try to keep everything on one page, one view. So click the little arrows here, and you'll see it opens up two new fields. You want to make sure that you're copying these two. You want these to show up when you put your wrestler in. So we'll copy those now, and then we'll re-hide them, and I'll show you how to re-hide them. And you can use this for anything you want. You can hide anything. You would click the whole column here, right click, and click hide column, and then it just hides the column again. So we don't have to worry about those columns now. They're already filled out now, down far enough to where you can add a couple people on the roster, and then you can expand it on your own. So we're all filled up here. This is all set to go as of right now. So now you would come down here and click on one of the fellas that you have in the bottom, Hulk Hogan for me, and you right click on it and you hit duplicate, and it'll say copy of Hulk Hogan. Right click that and rename it to the same thing that you've titled your wrestler, which is Roddy Piper, and help if I spelled it properly. Highlight it by double clicking and copy that, hit enter. Now click on the name up here, Hulk Hogan, right click, paste, Roddy Piper. Now what you want to do is, so that it shows all of his stats, you want to click under win-loss, look up here, and replace Hulk Hogan or whoever you have, whatever wrestler, with the wrestler that this sheet is about. So Roddy Piper there. Under singles, you click Roddy. Well, make sure the quotes are there. You need the quotes there. You just want to replace the name. Roddy Piper. Roddy Piper. And here. This first one right here, if you click that, where the show name is, you'll see it's got a whole formula here. You want to replace the 2 wrestler names in here with the wrestler that this sheet is about. Alright? And once you're done with that, this page is automatically set up for you now. You're good to go with this page. So go back to your roster. Click on the wrestler you put in. Right click on there and then hit insert link. And you want to click the wrestler sheet you just made, which is Roddy Piper. There it is. And you could, of course, fix this a little so that it matches up your other things up here. So that's all done. You now have Roddy Piper in there. Now when you go into your show history, and as you can see here, I have a box show already. Let's say Roddy Piper has a match and he defeats somebody. You would type in the name of the sheet. You have to use the same name. Roddy Piper defeated whoever. Now, that's it. You go into Roddy Piper now, and you'll see it automatically shows up here. Now, as you add more and more shows, it'll automatically search that sheet in the show history sheet and add the wrestler in there. That's it for adding a new wrestler. Now, I will also make another video to show you how to add a new title, how to drop this down and do other shows for the show history, and title histories. Those are the 3 other things that we have to go over. If you want to start using this now, you'll notice that there's blanks here. These actually have text in them. So when you make your first, double click this, when you put your first, put a bit of text in here for what your show name is, if you hit Control and Enter after your first line, it'll add another line. See, like that. That's how I formatted that. You'll want to copy and paste this down your entire show before each match. That's how the show history shows up here. If you don't put anything in that box, you won't get a Raw Week 1 or whatever your show name is before the match history. Now, it's a simple trick so that it looks neat, is I would highlight all of it, and then you just make the text color white. Because there is text in here, as you can see. I just made it white so that it's invisible and you can't see any of it. And that's it for part 1. That's how you add somebody new to the roster. And it's really quite simple. Most of this is a bunch of just copy pasting to extend things out. If you go back in the roster, I'll just show you, Piper won a match, so we'll put a win in his column there. Everything automatically updates, and his page will actually update as well. He'll now have a 1-0-0, and his singles will be 1. And it's all basically just self-filling. The next thing we'll go over is how to add a new title.